Okay, so you need more extreme metal music in your library and you need it right now, don't you? Well, that's good because if you have a few minutes, I will hook you up with some brand new tunes because I too love metal music. Okay, so welcome back, friends, for episode 20. Happy Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Terry here again with Cast Metal and another full metal review segment where I connect bands with fans like you. And Full Metal Reviews was made to answer one question, and that is where can I find more metal music to add to my own library? For the show, I find and review the newest extreme metal albums from my Apple Music account, and then I share a detailed analysis with you. So you have the details you need to decide if you want to add them to your collection or not. In the end, I reveal three things at the end of this video. My favorite tracks is one, my controversial version of what the genre is, and you can actually argue with me in the comments section. And lastly, you'll also find out if it's going into my collection or not, okay? So the journey actually begins on Monday, where again, I open up my Apple Music account and I catalog all of the newest albums and I add them to my Metal Magazine Facebook page. I use that list to pick music for every episode. And as a bonus, by the way, if you stick around, I will sweeten the pot by adding something from my own treasure chest for you to enjoy, okay? Something I've already collected. So if you like the music that is in the slide next to me, from death metal all the way down, this is the channel for you, okay? So let's start the Full Metal Review show right now. Yesterday, as a recap, I reviewed 3 albums. I reviewed Primal Fear, Code Red. I reviewed Dead and Dripping here in purple, called Blackened Cerebral Rifts. I'm still trying to pronounce that without tying my tongue up. And a band called Repentance, Process of Human Demise. And Primal Fear and Dead and Dripping wound up into my collection. Repentance did not, but it doesn't mean that it won't wind up in your collection, okay? So give them a try because they're an excellent metalcore band, Repentance, okay? So today I'm reviewing a band called HORSHK, and the album is called Body. The rules are very simple. One, I review all albums without any type of preview. I try to avoid lives and singles. 2, I keep my review short and positive. 3, not everything I review will make it into my library, but I won't knowingly badmouth any of these bands. I will keep everything on a positive note because I don't know how to play an instrument. I don't know how to sing. I'm quite simply just a fan like you. Okay. All right, I'm just getting rid of this here. All right, let's start the review process. Okay, before listening to the album, I do an overview, first impression, and a process check. And remember, whatever the outcome is of the review, remember that these artists are all worthy of you giving them a chance. Give them some time, download them, and listen to them, okay? So in the same way I would unbox any product to show you on a video, I opened up the page and I saw that there were 11 strong sounding tracks. The album cover artwork, as you can see, it's a colorful metallic face or a cyborg with regular italic font work, okay, going up and down. There's no actual, you can't actually make out the name, but I did add up at the top on my own HORSHK body for your own knowledge. So before I play the album, I try to visualize the outcome. I always think positive, and in this case, I think that I'm in for something good, something electric and exciting, and I'm predicting perhaps metalcore or new metal. I'll compare my observations here with the results at the end, okay, to see if my visions match the outcome. So I created a checklist with a 10-track review page, a 9-category complete album description review page, an individual performance review page, and finally a summary review page to wrap things up, okay? So let's get started. Page 1 is the individual track descriptions. Track number 1, it starts fast, strong, and punchy, and it's got an amazing range of sounds with fast-hitting guitars, vocals, and drums, okay? The one thing that I'm going to say as I continue on is that this album I found was very electronic. We'll just go with that, okay? The second track goes deep and heavy with electronic rhythms. It's an industrial, techno feel, or a nu metal setting. Track number 3 is just groovy. It's nice and heavy. It's dark with strong vocals, rhythms, and razor-sharp electric guitars and synthesizer work. Say that 3 times without tying your tongue up. Track 4 sounds deep, dystopian, with a simple beat and an energetic feel, and it again is very electronic. Track number 5 is dark and fast, with strong fry rather, and choir-like vocals, and it's also very electronic. Track number 6, it's a short instrumental piece that feels nightmarish. Track 7 has a deep, basic, powerful beat with electric fry vocals and great rhythm guitars. Track 8 feels more like a journey through a wormhole. It's distorted, rhythmic, and very heavy. Track number 9 has a more nu metal or surfer metal feel, if that makes sense. It has excellent harmonies and rhythms. Track 10 is very dramatic. It's electronic, distorted, dark, and it's just a lot of fun. In summary, the entire album is crafty and it's got immense creative sounds, and it was just a really nice ride to go through. It's actually a throwback from some of the stuff I used to listen to 20, 25 years ago. So my overall description checklist: the recording and sound quality was professional, crisp and clear, distorted sounds were deliberate. The production and musicality was both raw yet refined, I think. The energy and intensity was definitely electric. The rhythm and tempo was simple and strong. Lyrical theme to me was, we'll say, futuristic. Apple categorizes this as metal, and I think it's nu metal, industrial, electronica, and maybe even some pop, and maybe even some techno. Could they go mainstream? I think big radio will probably pass on this type of stuff. I think that it's probably too dangerous for radio in many ways. The range, flow, and layout was rangy, but it was very satisfying. Who are they similar to? They remind me of anywhere from Marilyn Manson to the Nine Inch Nails feel, to Jane's Addiction, right down to even Herbie Hancock's early electronic work, but they're still uniquely themselves, okay? Herbie Hancock did the song Rocket back in the 80s. It was very electronic and very synthesizer-like. Individual performance description, singing and vocalizations were a range from fry to pop sounding vocals and even some like choir type sounds. The guitars were razor sharp and big. The bass guitar was crunchy. The drums were very full and snappy. They were right there. Additional sounds where this album shines is it's got heavy synthesizer and electronic work, and it lends like dark waves of energy throughout the entire album. Hopefully that makes sense. And in summary, now that I've listened to the entire album, was my prediction accurate? I predicted metalcore, and that was way off, but I did also say nu metal, and there is some of that in there, okay? Because the album is actually, in its own way, it's very heavy. The chills and goosebumps factor, I would say there was some electric chills happening in there. Flavors, you know, if I had to compare it to a favorite food, it would be something spicy. The tonality shades, light or dark, it was very dark. Colors were, I'm going to say, red and purple with emotion. Temperature, hot or cold, I'd say a mixture of both. Will I hide this from my wife? No, but I don't think that she'll go for it. And finally, the reveal. The genre, I say it's industrial, nu metal, and electronica. My favorite tracks were 2 and 5. And am I adding it to my library? I'm thinking absolutely. It was good to hear from this type of music again. I was big on collecting, industrial and electronic music back before even the year 2000 and just slightly past it. It seems like it went out of style, but some of these bands here are kind of bringing it back a little wee bit. So that's it, everybody. That's another episode of Full Metal Reviews. Oh, and you want your bonus too. So I dug through my treasure chest a little wee bit earlier and I came out with something really heavy for you. It's a group called Harm's Way, and the album is their newest album called Common Suffering from 2023. That sounds about right. So that's it for today, my friends. I am going to call it a day right here. Remember to support your favorite metal artists, okay? Stream them, get the merch, go see them live if you can, if they're in your area or if they're in your city. And please don't forget, if you want new metal recommendations, hit that subscribe button, get notified, set up your notifications. It was great to be here today, this afternoon on Full Metal Reviews. Terry here from Cast Metal signing off. Cheers, and we'll see you tomorrow.